There is a reason all of this is happening now. There is a reason that Assad is gassing people now. There's a reason why ISIL is rising up and raping and pillaging the Middle East now. There's a reason Putin invades Crimea now. There is a reason China is expanding their influence in the South China Sea now. There's a reason Russia and China are banding together to build this port now. What's the common denominator in everything I just said? Now. Because they perceive American leadership at an all-time low, and they are going to get when the getting is good. You see, leadership, strong moral leadership, matters. People pay attention when there's strong American leadership.
You know, and I think Americans need to get on board this foreign policy thing. I used to be like kind of a libertarian. Hey, look, let's just mind our own business here in the United States.
We can't
and
be
let
the
them,
world's policeman.
But look, because we're such a connected society, everything we do impacts everything else. I mean, this might be economics, global economics 101, I don't know. But in terms of a theology behind that, Christians need to get involved, I think, to an extent, because one of the I just am reminded of Romans 12 and kind of some of the stuff we talked about, where you have strong global leadership that is going to put down some of this evil that's rising up. And when we're not there, we're not doing that. Am I correct?
Yeah, I think you're right. You know, a lot of people, Jay, me included, and you included, complain about the size of government.
Absolutely.
And the government does all sorts of things they have no business doing. Like I saw the other day, they'd spent $2 million on a study as to why lesbian women are obese. You know, and my head wants to explode. Like, why are we spending taxpayer dollars on this sort of a study, right? Here we're talking about something that's legitimately in the government's job description. Both constitutionally and according to Paul's letter to the Romans. In Romans 13, Paul says the civil government has been established to punish evildoers. They are God's ministers of vengeance. When we're talking about the government and the military and ISIL, with all of their atrocities, human rights violations, war crimes, when we're talking about this, we're talking about a legitimate biblical enterprise. This is what the government is supposed to be doing. And I fear that lackluster leadership and unwillingness to confront these things firmly and robustly, these problems just metastasize into greater and greater problems. And that's what happened in Vietnam is, you know what, a half-hearted response at the beginning sucks us into a long-term protracted conflict. And I'm sorry, but half-hearted now is not going to pay great dividends later.
Man, I love it when you get going like that.
Hey, thanks, man.